Well, welcome back into the Edmunds Center here at Stetson. Lady Flames trailing by 1 at halftime, 28-27. And we're now joined by Liberty Athletics Director Ian McCaw. And Ian, it's been an exciting week or a couple of weeks. A lot of announcements are going on. There was a release, and I forget which day this week it was, but there's a release from the ASUN. And I fancy myself as being a mildly intelligent person. I'm not going to go any further than that, just a little bit above Forrest Gump. But I feel like usually I can read things and ascertain what they're talking about. And I read the release, and my head was spinning afterwards. And so usually when I don't understand something, I find the smartest person in the room and I ask them. And I'm asking you, can you give us a translation of what the ASUN realignment and conference reconstruction email that came out earlier in the week was?
Well, first of all, Jamie, you're a highly intelligent person, so let's start with that. But the ASUN did on Wednesday release what I would call a hypothetical concept that really gives the conference the option in the future, should it choose to pursue being an FCS football conference, a framework with which they could do that, where they would utilize both the ASUN and the CCSA, which is our affiliate. It's the conference that houses our swimming program. And it would allow a framework where FCS football could be created at some point in the future. So I know there's been a lot of confusion, quite a bit of reaction, but it's certainly a concept that is very creative, but I think the practicality of it doesn't match the creativity.
That is about as well worded as I think you could have said there. So can I take from that from a Liberty standpoint, it really is, I don't want to say insignificant, but it's not certainly the significance that some of the FCS football schools in the conference would take it as?
Yeah, we certainly view the ASUN as it stands right now with 10 teams, Bellarmine coming online next year, as being the immediate future for the conference. What happens 10 years or 20 years from now, certainly conferences change and concepts change, but we feel good about the 10-team conference. We're excited about adding the Louisville market and adding Bellarmine. We think they'll be a good addition, particularly in basketball right off the bat. They're, I believe, the number one ranked men's team in Division II, so I think they should be able to come in and be a good contributor. And again, the Louisville market's an attractive one for us, and one where I think a number of our teams will be able to recruit effectively from.
As far as expansion in the ASUN, I don't know what the perfect number is. I think a lot of conferences, especially on the football side, usually 12, 14 seems to be a good number now. If the ASUN were to forget about the 20 or 30 or whatever the email said earlier in the week as far as that potential down the road for this mega conference, and it would be that. I think there was a little confusion that there would be two conferences. It would the names would change and a lot of the dynamics would change. But ultimately, if that comes to fruition, it would still just be one conference.
I think the hope would be that it could be two 10-team conferences. It could be split into essentially two conferences that would both get automatic qualification, which, again, I think there's a lot of challenges to get to that point. So, again, interesting concept, but not one I think our fans need to spend a lot of time worrying about right now. In terms of the optimal size of a conference, I really think anywhere in the 10 to 12 range is ideal for where we are. And certainly I think we're very pleased with where we are with 10 teams as of next season. If we did have a chance to expand to 12, go into divisional play, maybe reduce some of the travel, and we had the right schools that added value to the conference, I think that would certainly be something that the ASUN would want to explore.
Yeah, I'm going to test my brain on this one. Now that you said that, it kind of does make sense because there were multiple conference names. Is it the ASUN 7 allows you to have an automatic bid? There would have to be a time frame before anything new would get that automatic bid, so you would be under that umbrella until the new situation would allow you to then have a second bid.
That's the theory behind it, and of course, whether the NCAA would agree to that or not. I think there are a lot of conferences out there that might like to expand and split and get two AQs, but whether that's something that would be granted or not would remain to be seen.
Gotcha. The other exciting news that came from in-house this last week or two is the Vine Center getting a new roof. I know that I think you and I may have been walking past each other in the vines the other day when a water droplet came down on top of us. So certainly a need. Is it going to affect athletics at all in this transition period to the new arena?
Yeah, so we obviously some very exciting news. And so the vines will have a new roof. I believe the vines will go offline sometime in April. And the completion of the new roof will occur by September is what I'm told. So about a 5-month process to provide new roof to the Vine Center. It's going to dramatically impact the aesthetics as well as the operational side. And we have had some leakage issues, as you mentioned. And simultaneously, we have the construction of Liberty Arena going on, and we're tremendously excited about that. That project's on schedule to be open for the 2021 basketball season. Volleyball will not. Will have to play its season elsewhere in the Vine Center for the upcoming season, but will be in place for the 2021 basketball season. What a great home that'll be for Liberty's men's and women's basketball team, and then eventually the volleyball program as well.
We got about 30 seconds left, but I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about the football schedule. Some great news as well with Appalachian State, a nice regional potential rival being added on.
Yeah, Mickey Grady's done a terrific job in building our schedules and adding teams like Marshall, App State. We have Coastal Carolina, some of the other regional programs that play FBS football. Certainly makes great sense for us. And so we have some really exciting schedules. As these first couple of years have been a scramble, Jamie, but as we move forward, we're able to be a lot more strategic. We've been really fortunate to land some really great rivalry series. And of course, again, an App State, a Coastal Carolina, those are teams we're familiar with from having played them at the FCS level and will now play them at the FBS level.
What a great time to be a Flame with all the football news, the arena news, and a couple pretty good basketball teams to fly down to Florida and see some 70-degree weather instead of what the folks back up in Lynchburg are dealing with right now. But Ian, we certainly appreciate your time.
Thanks, Jamie.
That was Athletic Director Ian McCaw.